Danielle Black Lyons is a surfer and founder of Textured Waves, a community of women in the United States working to bring diversity and representation to the surfing world. Danielle joins us now to share her experience of being underrepresented and how she is making a difference to make a change in that area. Danielle, good morning. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. Tell me about your Jamaican roots.
Yeah, my dad is from the West End. His family is from Sheffield, and I grew up going there as a child. I hadn't been back in about 15 years, so this was a really special journey for me to come back and explore surfing, which I'd never done on the island. So really, really unique experience.
Yeah, so tell me about that love of surfing now, love of the water and love of surfing. When did that start?
Well, I grew up in the Bay Area and, came from a water family. My dad was a diver and my mom's a big swimmer as well. So I learned to love the water very early on. And we'd spend lots of weekends at the beach and body surf, and my brother and I. And then surfing kind of was just a natural progression from there. I fell into the sport by accident, met a friend, went on holiday with her in Hawaii, and her sister lent me her board for a few minutes, and I got a chance to try, caught my first wave with a sea turtle gliding underneath me, and, fell in love instantly. So
You said the rest is history.
the rest is history, yes, definitely.
What is it about surfing in particular? I mean, loving the water is one thing, but you love the water, you swim or you dive but surfing is like a different beast altogether.
It really is. I think with my background of being a swimmer and a diver and just loving the water, that natural progression, just, wanting to challenge myself. And I think once you have those opportunities, those basic skills of swimming and learning to love the water, it becomes a love affair, and you just want to learn more and more about that world. It's a different kind of movement. Surfing, it's full body. You're moving, the wave is moving. You're balancing on a board. So it's kind of a lot of gymnastics that's involved in it and a lot of moving parts, but it's a moving meditation for me. It's the closest I come to God in a lot of ways. It's
wow.
where I go to meditate and to be connected to nature.
That is so powerful, Danielle. It's the closest you come to God. And surfing has taken you through quite a few difficult moments in your life. You went through postpartum depression. For 4 months, you couldn't surf, and it was one of the most difficult times of your life until you were able to get back on the board.
Yeah. Surfing has saved my soul many times and brought me back to my body and my spirit in many ways. So yeah, that was a big transition for me, becoming a mother and, being really ecstatic for this new life in my life. And, having a child is a tiny life explosion. It's a big adjustment. And, I was living in London at the time, away from my family. And I think that was the hardest part for me, was just being disconnected from my community. And when we did move back to the States, being reconnected with my family and being able to, have a yard again and not be in a city. And then finally relocating to San Diego and being close to water, like that's what really brought me back to myself. And, being able to surf every day, having that time, I think everyone needs a little bit of time for themselves. And, that's what surfing is for me. It's my hour or two that I get each day to just, be with nature and connect with myself.
Yeah, no real waves in London, I can tell you that much. A lot of gray skies. No real waves.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about textured waves now, because I read here in your bio, you say one thing that really struck me is that in terms of mainstream imagery, a lot of the black surfing stories seem to end at the very beginning. I thought that was very profound. So you see these young ladies in the water, they look like you, and then you don't see them again.
Yeah, I think, especially in the United States, we have this image of Black surfers as, being pushed into waves by a white savior, by a foundation or organization introducing them to the sport, which is lovely and beautiful. But, what happens next? And, how do these kids or women or whoever who's learning to surf go on and continue their journey? And if that's where Textured Wave steps in, we do offer retreats for women of color in particular each year in Waikiki, where we, give women the tools to learn to surf. And we bring a lot of them in on scholarship too, full ride scholarships. We provide, up to 3 of them each year. And, once they've got those skills, we want to see them continue to grow. So we created this community online of, other women who surf, and it's kind of a support network and an inspiration for folks to also follow suit and learn to surf. And we just want to, continue to support our community. We offer meetups, we offer retreats. We hope that people reach out to us whenever they're in town so we can surf with them. It's just a way for, Black and brown people to connect, because there are a lot of us, but we're all spread out. Like, we're not all in one space, at least in the United States. So it's a way for us to connect. And, it has turned into a global movement. So.
Fantastic. So we're global now. Where are you represented across the world now? Where do you have pockets?
We have friends all over. I've got, friends in Jamaica, friends in the Dominican Republic. We have friends in Mexico. We'll have a retreat there in June, a much smaller version of what we do in Waikiki in the fall. Brazil, all over the world, India.
Yeah. Wow. And you've come to attention of the attention of some big brands like Vans and Adidas and Vogue. In terms of your heritage now, you have a lot of connection with Jamaica. Is there a stronger alliance that you're going to look to build here? We have folks who are surfing here. St. Thomas is famous for that. Are you pleased with what's happening with surf? And do we have a lot of young women who are surfing out here?
Jamaica is a rich culture of surfers, and I only got to scratch the surface of it. I went to Bull Bay, and I only had a couple days to be there because we were filming. But I hope to go back and, continue to dig in there, because there is such a rich culture of surfing there. I have yet to discover all the different pockets around the island. So I hope that, when I continue to come back, now that, my family has a home there, my mom is relocating to Jamaica. She just bought a home. I'll be visiting a lot more. So I can't wait to explore more of this country's rich culture in surfing.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for stopping in with us this morning. Really appreciate it. Proud of the work that you are doing, and wish you the best with this project as you continue to grow it and make sure that, people who look like you, people who look like us, get the recognition they deserve for whatever it is we do in whatever area we do it.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Danielle Black Lyons, surfer and founder of Textured Waves, joining us all the way this morning from California. And after the break, the chef team from Surf and Turf Catering, they're serving up tips on cooking seafood with Neferil, who God knows needs those tips so very badly. We'll be right back.